Hey YouTube, this is the Charizard Authority. In this video I'll be bringing to you a PSA return. I had one of the larger bulk services. If you grade over 500 cards at once, you can get additional discounts, and that's what I did because they haven't offered any discounts for Pokemon cards since November. I think that's when it was. And they graded the cards fairly quickly. Sent it out in January and I already have it back, and this is February. There are 6 boxes wide and 4 boxes high, so there are a total of 24 boxes full of PSA graded cards. Most of them are Pokemon. There are probably around 100 that are Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's because I graded the LOB First Edition cards for my own personal sets. As of the beginning of this video, none of these cards are online. I haven't even pulled them out of the boxes yet, so I don't even really know what's going on in there. I checked the grades online briefly, but that's about it. That being said, if you see anything you want, most everything on here will be for sale. There are some that will not be for sale. None of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of Blue Eyes cards will be for sale, which I know most of you are here for Pokemon as it is. So, without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and start in on these boxes and we'll see what we got. So here's box number 1. Well, hopefully this whole box isn't energies, but I did grade some first edition base set cards again. I think maybe 100 or 150 of them. And we have a Mint 9. These are all, I think these may all be energies, so I'll try to go through them a little quicker. There's a Gem Mint 10 electric energy, or lightning energy. There's another Gem Mint 10. So 2 9s, 2 10s. There's a third 9. Third 10. And pretty much all of these I had labeled on my eBay page as near mint. As many of you who have bought from me probably already know, I don't like to classify my cards on eBay higher than near mint unless I pulled them from the booster pack myself, even though near mint is a relatively lower grade term. Looks like we had some Gem Mint 10 grass energies as well. So far the grades been pretty good, all 9s and 10s. In this PSA grading series, this will be the part 1. You'll find that I have all kinds of cards that I had graded. I had complete sets, I had random errors, I had just regular hollows, I had some promos. In fact, there are several cards that I will note that they are the highest graded or the only, of that grade in the world. I think there was maybe 4 or 5 cards like that. I cannot figure out which cards were the ones that were not graded because there wasn't any specific info on them. I thought I'd send in all cards that were easily gradable. Okay, so that first box went fairly quickly, took us a little over 2 minutes. Looks like the second box is going to be some Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. These are all LOB First Edition. So there's a 10, there's an 8. Any of these that are graded less than a 10, I'm going to send in another copy. I already have 2 more copies set aside. And I'm going to send them in for regrading. As of the beginning of this video, I checked online at the PSA cert. There are currently 2 LOB sets in progress, and then right now mine is the closest at 116 out of 126 cards graded. The other one doesn't have very many. The Legend of Blue Eyes First Edition cards that I had graded in this bulk order, they were all non-hollow. I had 1 of each common and 1 of each rare silver lettered card graded. I had a set of each that were up on eBay. I had them at near mint condition. So I went ahead and just took them down and sent them in. I didn't even really check them for condition again. And it looks like I think there were 3 7s, there was a handful of 8s, there were lots of 9s, and then there were a lot of 10s as well. So it did fairly well. Okay, we do have a few Pokemon cards here. Alright, so this is a Gem Mint 10 Black Star Promo Zapdos. And if you look at the bottom left hand corner, it has Naoya Chimera, which is actually the correct illustrator. These were released internationally, even though they are in English. I had 3 sets each of these birds graded. I pulled them all straight out of a fresh case, sealed, so hopefully they all got 10s. There's another Zapdos Gem Mint 10. For me, I like collecting the errors and the corrected cards, whichever's more rare, in Gem Mint 10 condition, so I had to send in some copies of those. We're on to box number 3. Looks like there are some Pokemon cards in this one. There's a Dugong Mint 9. This is a Mint 9 Dugong. It's actually a gray stamp. I remember sending in several gray stamps with this order, which you'll be able to probably tell which ones are. Like this one's a gray stamp as well. Same here. Looks like we have a Gem Mint 10 Charmeleon first edition base set. It's the regular stamp. Gem Mint 10 Electrode. It's a Gem Mint 10 Electabuzz. The more I look back on all the grades that I've received from PSA on first edition base set, the more I wish I would have set back one of each of the base set cards that I've had graded, because I know I've gotten a 10 from probably almost every single one of the cards. Gem Mint 10 Dugtrio. Except for Blastoise. I don't think I've gotten a Gem Mint 10 Blastoise. I've had one before, but I've never had one graded. It's a Holo Raichu first edition, near Mint 8. Ironically, I believe this and the other 2 that I had graded came straight from Troll and Toad. Same thing with this Machamp, and I believe I had 2 Gyarados graded from Troll and Toad that I bought from them. Looks like one got an 8 and one got a 9, which is awesome. I can't remember if I got this from Troll and Toad or not. I may have, but it's a Charizard, first edition Charizard near Mint 8. Which is pretty cool. And then I also have another first edition Charizard, but it's a very good, excellent 4. I don't remember there being a bend on it, but I guess there is. There's one right here. Hopefully that was not done by PSA themselves. And I will show one more box for this video. And I guess that'll set the pace for the next 4 videos, or 6 videos. So there are 4 rows of 6. Okay, we're going to start out with a PSA 10 Pikachu number 27. I actually have a whole brick of 1,000 of these, and I just took the first 5 and sent them off to PSA. Here's a Mint 9 Mew. And another. Those I probably won't ask too much of because the card itself is fairly easy to get. Thinking probably like $14.99 for the 8s on eBay and $20 for the 9s, which would be less for you guys. Okay, now this is one of the special cards I was telling you about. Here's a Rockets Mewtwo. It's the winner reverse, but it's a Gem Mint 10. And when I looked this up on PSA Cert, it showed that there was actually 4 of these in the world. And ironically, on this particular submission, I had 4 Gem Mint 10s. So what that tells me is that I have the only 4 of these in the world that were graded Gem Mint 10. I had sent these in because a friend of mine, well, a buyer of mine, I guess I shouldn't call him a friend, he was looking for a Mint 9, so I sent in 5 of them. I thought I may have sent in more than 5, but I know I at least sent in 5. One was a Mint 9, and then there's 4 Gem Mint 10s. Here I sent in some gold Meowths as well. There's an 8, and then a 9 as well. This, like the Rockets Mewtwo, I believe I have the only Gem Mint 10s in the world. I can't remember how many I have. I got 3 or 4, I believe. Which, when I looked it up in the PSA Cert, it showed the population being the exact amount that I received from PSA. I was surprised on the grades for the Rockets Mewtwo because the reverse hollows tend to not get 10s very easily. Well, I think that's the 4th one right there. And then there's another one, so maybe it was 5 that I had that were Gem Mint 10s. And then last for the video, in the very bottom, was a Misty'd pre-release Near Mint Mint 8. So that's it for this PSA return video. I just showed you approximately 80 cards or so. And then in the next 6 videos, well, maybe not the very next 6 videos on my YouTube channel, but there will be 5 more videos of this PSA return that I have gotten back as of today. If you would like to buy anything, just message me as always, and I'll see what I can do. I'll try to make a deal for those of you who are wanting to pay in cash, or if you just want to pay straight through PayPal. I appreciate everyone watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again.